All right. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing amazing. I know I've not been on in a minute, so I'm going to sit here and wait for some people to jump on right quick. If not, I'll go ahead and jump into what I got on here to do. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Spirit got me just so my last few lives have been so random. Because Spirit, I've been just waking up and Spirit's like, get on live, jump on, get on. So my apologies for that. But I'm about to have a more consistent schedule here. I can say that. And I'm normally not good at saying stuff like that. And I don't even like to say when I'm going to be on because I just felt like I couldn't commit to it. But we're past that. So we will have a consistent schedule here going for this year. So I'm so excited about that. Another thing is, I guess I can tell you about before I get started is I will be doing one-on-ones coachings now. I have some info up and how you can contact me right now up on my Facebook. And then I have it up on, I believe, my Instagram. My website will be up and running in the next week or so. And when that comes up, I will post it for you all to see. So I'm super excited about that. I've been working. I've been busy. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Who is this? Who is this? Grand Rising, come in, come in, come in. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. I know it just started and I should not be this excited about it, but I'm sorry I wake up this way. And so I am doing absolutely amazing. But you know, I wake up intentional, right? I make it my business to be in a certain vibration on purpose, right? So I was just speaking about there's been so much going on, okay, for this month. I don't know if you guys have been feeling this energies, okay? If you haven't, we're going to talk about it this morning because I have come into a new space here and I cannot wait to share it with you. Family, hey baby, hi. Do you have any idea what you were talking about? I wouldn't be on here now, would I? Why would you even get on here and say that this good, beautiful morning, honey? But you need a little attention. Here you go. Grand Rising. So, listen. I'm going to get into what I got to say here, and then we will go from there. You already know how I operate. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below, and we can absolutely get into them at some point here, okay? I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but I'm going to jump into this here. So, I don't know if you know, so let me inform you. Right now, we are currently in the beginning of a 1-year cycle. Last year was a 9-year cycle that we have just closed out. So coming into this new year of 2026, we are in a 1-1 portal here. Okay, let me explain to you. The first one comes from the 1 year cycle. Remember, we only go to 9. The cycle years go from 1 to 9, and then they start over. So at the closeout of every 9 year cycle, it should be like the closing of a chapter, a closing of a volume in your book, right? In your life, okay? So that is why some of you may be feeling heavy right now. I keep hearing a lot of people say how heavy they feel, or how just like annoyed, maybe irritated that they feel within themselves, okay? Right now. And this is because we just ended out that 9 year cycle. And when that 9 year cycle closes out, this is an opportunity now for you to go into this now 1 year cycle with a clean slate here, in a sense, okay? What I need you to understand is every 9 year cycle is a duration of time in your life, okay? And so at the end of this particular cycle here, Spirit has been asking you and trying to show you that you need to let go of certain things. So if you find yourself feeling heavy right now, like I said, maybe annoyed, just a little irritated, it's because you are holding on to these energies that you need to be letting go of. Okay, they're not required here. They're not needed in this space that Spirit is trying to bring you into. And so you absolutely are going to feel that rumbling within yourself, because this is a you thing. This is something that you need to go within your shadows and deal with. There may be a few things. Okay? So keep that in mind. The thing about it is, you don't have to keep carrying these things around. What goes on in one season is not always necessarily required in the next, loves. So this is where that letting go comes in, okay? So that heaviness, that's I'm gonna say that's residual energy, okay, residing in here. So you need to go into your internal closet and let go of what you need to, okay? My cousin Kiki believed this too. Shouts out West Coast. Yes, I will. Hey, I'm telling you, I don't get on here. I can't get on here and tell you no lie, okay? And the other thing about me is I also only get on here and tell you things that I absolutely know for a fact, because I'm also going through them, right? The thing about Spirit is, I go through the motions first, and this is something that I just learned here. See, you're finna get me going ahead of myself. This is what I've been learning here, okay? Let me calm down, because I'm gonna go somewhere else. Hey, I'm new here, but I want to know what math even in school you gotta show your work. What math even in school you gotta show? Well, right now the math we talking about is numerology, okay? So I don't know what math you talking about here right now, but right now we talking about this numerology, okay? So, like I said, that heaviness, that's coming from those energies, my loves, that you need to let go of, okay? So that's going to be the first thing. Now, the next one that I'm talking about in this 1-1 portal that we've just come into, this 2026, is going to be when you add the year 2026. This is your numerology here. This is your math. You need to learn this. You need to get into this. Remember, not only that, but Spirit talks to you with numerology. You get messages and downloads through numerology. So you need to be able to discern and decipher these messages when they're coming to you, okay? So that second one is going to be when you add up the year 2026, it equals 10. In numerology, whenever you have a double-digit number, it is always broken down to the smallest single-digit number, okay? In this case, when you add 1 plus 0, it equals 1. So this is your second one, okay? So I was just randomly sitting here, like I said, about a week ago. Like I was just trying to explain to you, before these things happen, I feel them before, because, well, I'm spiritual, right? I live in the spirit realm. And so a lot of times these things will come on, and I'm going through these things yet before I have a full understanding of what is actually happening, to where I'm able to share it with you. And so Spirit has been showing me here within these last few days since January has started here. My intuition has become, when I tell you, super, super, superseded here. I feel like I've been walking around in here. I never even seen Stranger Things, but I don't know because I am just on. I am so on and alert and so in tune in a way that I have never been before in my life, right? So I also understand that this is because and this 1-1 portal, like I said, Spirit was requiring you to let certain things go. So I know those last 3 months of 2025, I was definitely feeling that energy. I was going through it. I was doing soul examinations on a daily, trying to make sure and do the things that I needed to do to recalibrate my system, because I absolutely knew come January the 1st, I was going to be riding on a different frequency here. And so I prepared myself. Okay, this is the other thing about Spirit. When Spirit is moving, when Spirit is working in you, remember, baby, you dealing with the invisible, my love. It's going to come to you as a feeling before anything. And when you get that feeling, that is your nudge to move, my love. Even if you don't understand it, move. Ask questions later. Okay? No, you're not interrupting, baby. You can always ask questions, my love, but I just want to make sure that I'm understanding what you asking, because I want to make sure that when you get off of here, you have a full understanding. You hear me? Of what the words coming out of my mouth. That's why I speak in the way that I do, because I want everybody to be able to understand and get in on this vibration here. Hey, Robert. Hey, baby. Well, listen. I'm not going to say Happy New Year because it's not New Year's yet. The New Year's don't come into about March here, okay? But we can say Happy January and Happy New Things. Happy New Portal. Absolutely. I say that, okay? Now listen, let me tell you about this because I'm starting to get excited here. Listen, when you get, let me tell you this. When you get into alignment, you will absolutely know. That is why you need to let these things go. The things that are keeping you tethered here, you need to let them go. This is a time for you to take a chance. Do something different. Why not? You don't have nothing to lose. When you dealing with Spirit, there's nothing to lose, my love. There's only gain. It feels like loss because you living in this 3D realm and you used to operating out of these 5 senses, what you can see, touch, hear, taste, and smell in the moment, the tangible things. Right? It's time for you to tap into your senses. Okay? So, now, let me tell you. The number 1 signifies beginnings, unity, divine oneness, leadership, individuality, and representing the creator, the prime mover, and the source from which all things originate. Calling for focus, purpose, and alignment with a higher will or God, Spirit, the universe, whatever it is you believe in. Remember, we don't judge over here. God is not going to talk to you how God talks to me. We are all our one individual selves. We live in the same world. We looking at the same picture, but our perspectives are not the same. So do not expect Spirit to communicate with you in the same way that it communicates with me or anyone else for that matter. You got to open up here. You got to open yourself up here. Okay? It symbolizes God's indivisible, nature and faith, as well as the individual's potential to co-create their life and serve as a catalyst for action and new momentum. This one portal is a momentum. It's not a coincidence. Remember, when you're dealing with numerology, when you're dealing with Spirit, once you see one thing, okay, twice, but once that twice and 3 times begin to pop up, that is a pattern. That is not a coincidence. A coincidence is God getting your attention. Think of it like that. Because don't nothing happen by chance. You're just coming into the frequency now to be able to understand and discern and decipher at this frequency. Because it's happening all day. You've just not known it up until this point here. So the thing about spirit is spirit likes quick. Spirit is about momentum. That's what I'm trying to keep telling you here. When God show you something, when spirit show you something, it's not for you to understand right now. You're not going to understand it. It's new. It's never been seen before. It's never been done before. It's requiring you to go into the unknown, but that comfortability is what keeps you here. Because it's comfortable, because you know how to operate here. That's what's keeping you stagnant. That's what keeps you from moving. Are we talking about black Jesus or white Jesus? What if we talking about yo Jesus? Okay. What did I just say? Everybody receives it differently. So for me, personally, you know, I tell you all the time, I used to be religious. I used to be Christian. I used to go to church and all these things here. But once I came and started this journey, when I answered the call, when I knew spirit was calling me, because that's the other thing, you know, it's a calling on your life. You've been knowing, but you're scared to answer that phone. And a lot of times you're scared to answer that phone. You're scared to answer that calling because you feel like you don't deserve. You feel like it's something that you need to do before you answer that phone. You feel like it's something that you need to change or maneuver before you come to God, or spirit, whatever it is you believe in. And it absolutely does not go that way. You called on purpose. Once you get in, answer the phone, everything else will work itself out. And that's where the hindrance is. That's where the hindrance comes in, because you so focused on the external. Your job is not to focus on the external. This is not real. Remember, you were not created. The world was not created to make you. You were made to create your own world. This is just the platform for you to build on and in. But you're not supposed to be of it at all. Okay, so this is why you don't see many people in places and spaces like we are right now. When you begin to go up, you gonna notice. That's why they say it's lonely at the top. It's not many up there. How many in your life do you know to have really, can you say, discovered their purpose and you saw create miracles and all these things here on the earth? How many people do you know actually lived heaven on earth? People so convince you to heaven when you die? Absolutely not. You were created to live in heaven now. But you got to be able to bring them things from your heaven down. You got to be able to get into alignment here. You got to be able to tap in. You got to be able to plug in. And with that comes eliminating the distractions, walking away from the people, places, and things. Going into your shadows, because it's some works that you need to do within yourself. Because until you take accountability and responsibility for the things that have happened in your life, you're holding yourself back. And the problem when it comes to accountability and responsibility, you feel like when you do that, that's you taking claiming it to be your fault and things of this nature. And that's not that at all. As long as something has ownership over you, it has power over you. And unfortunately, there are things that have happened in your life that have put you in a certain emotional state. And these emotions have ownership over you. This is where your shadow work comes in. You got to go in, like I said, and take accountability and responsibility, not for the experience, not for it happening to you, but you have to take ownership of those emotions so you can take your power back. It's all intertwined. And everyone should feel that they have a purpose as well as a calling for it. Yes, absolutely. We all do. We all do. And if you don't, and that's the thing, again, it's unless you're on a certain level of consciousness, because God is a level of consciousness. Okay? So unless you're up there, no, you're not going to hear. You're not going to understand. You're not going. And then again, when God does show you and give you these things, remember, God is in you. You are one. You were made in the image and likeness of I am. This is what makes you creator of your world. But you will not understand that until you get into alignment and do your works. Remember, there are things hidden in you right now. Everything that you need is in there. You are whole. You are full. You are complete now. You just don't know it yet because you don't feel it, because you don't have access to these places and spaces yet. The deeper you go in, the more access you get, the higher you rise. And this is, oh God. Well, I don't know. Okay. So, I didn't mean to go that deep there, but, well, I need you to understand these things. Because you're walking around here in a world like you have no control over your life and it belongs to you. So again, when you get these little nudges, when these feelings come around, with these thoughts and things blow across your mind and stuff, you need to be observing these thoughts. You need to start picking and choosing how now you want to operate here. Remember, the spiritual warfare, right? It's all day long. A thought can only come from the light or the dark, my love. Just because you think a thing does not mean it's true. That is your opportunity to then do what you need to when the thought comes up. But you don't just accept it. You don't just believe it. You don't just allow it to then become a part of you. Every time you do that, you are allowing outside energies, things outside of you, to control your vessel. And you don't need no help with that. You already got systems and programs that you need to break. Okay? Any advice for Virgos? It's 2 of us here. He just suspended, but I'm unemployed. Well, the advice that I have right now would be as a collective, and again, it would be to genuinely take a step back and hone in, tap in. I don't know what y'all say these days. Go in. Everybody needs to be focused right now on one. That one. And that one begins with you, because you are the one. Creation starts with you. Your life starts with you. Now, the next thing that has been, Spirit has been showing me is, this is a time right now you may feel like you're questioning the relationships that you're in. I don't care if it's a romantic relationship, if it is a friendship, a family member, but right now you may feel like you are questioning the value of the relationships that you are currently in. And this is absolutely on purpose. You have to understand, the people closest to you are always going to have immediate access to you. And when it comes to this journey, when it comes to you going into your higher self, these are going to be the ones to try to pull you back and hold you back first, especially when they do not understand where you're going, why you're going, and how to get to where you're headed. Unfortunately, another thing that may be a thing about a current relationship that you are in, it may not be serving you. You know, love, people have a way of turning this word love into a weight. And I'm going to tell you now, baby, love, sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes you have to love yourself more than, right? If another person is not adding any value to your life, if another person is inflicting any type of hurt or harm onto you and has presented it to you as love, and now that's your norm. You see what I'm saying? This is time to face these shadows, face these hard truths. It is what it is. It's happened, but you don't have to stay in it. You don't have to keep yourself there. I know, like I said, this last month here or so, every relationship around me. Because again, especially when you get on a certain momentum in your spiritual calling and on your job and in your works, things are going to be coming out of nowhere. These people, these your relationships are going to become chaotic. And so that is another tactic from the dark to throw you off course. And you have to be able to discern and decipher this. You have to be able to start responding and not reacting, because every time you react, you fall into that cycle that you stuck in now. So this is going to take some outside perspective here when it comes to you now evaluating these relationships that you are currently in, that you're thinking about going into, and you need to really, well, consider if it is the best for you or not, and go from there. Okay. Now, the next thing Spirit has been having me deal with is balance. Okay, you may feel right now like your life is off balance, like you just cannot find that balance. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you now, that may be right, because it's not easy when you're straddling the fence. It's not easy when you're walking on two sides here. You got to pick a side. You have to pick a side. It's absolutely time for you to pick a side. I'm going to tell you now, it's not easy to walk in the physical and the spiritual at the same time at all. Especially when what? You already know what I'm going to say. When you're used to operating out of these five senses, because it's tangible now. It's here now. You can see it, taste it, touch it, feel it now. Spirit don't work that way. You got to feel it before you feel it. You got to feel it in the spirit before you feel it in the physical. So that's the job. This takes work. I'm not feeling like myself being in my current relationship, but she really loves me. What do I do? Well, listen here. I can't tell you what to do, because what do you feel? Your feelings are going to tell you all. What are you feeling? Who is this? Guitar covers. And when you say you're not feeling like yourself, this is what I want you to do. Evaluate how you feel when you're with said person, and evaluate how you feel when you're without, right? Take into account love, because we also know love is unconditional, right? And when that love is the kind of love that we should be all rooted and grounded on, when it is time for us to part ways, there should be no animosity there. You see what I'm saying? No. Of course it's gonna hurt, right? I mean, it hurts to lose something that you consider to love, but also we have to know that sometimes loving also means letting go. The one thing that I will tell you about this journey is, and something else that I need you to also understand, is that we go through relationships on purpose. We come into contact, into, like I said, relationship with souls on purpose. It may not be forever, but it was absolutely on purpose. So you take what you need to from it and go on from there. But you always operate out of love. I know for me, but see, this is the thing. We've not come into this enlightenment here. I was just talking to my daughter literally about with this last night. You have to understand to respect other people's space and life journeys. We are all on a life mission. We are all here to find our purpose. And if at any point you are in relationship and company of someone else and they feel like they need to remove themselves to fulfill what they were created for, that will make me love somebody even more, because you cannot do anything but respect that. So like I said, I need more research. You got to ask yourself, these questions. You got to ask yourself these things. I got so many broken bracelets. I just, freaking, went and got rid of some. I had so many broken Durham bracelets. I've had so much jewelry over time, and just, well, comes and goes. I just went to a cruise here in November, and this is on me because Spirit told me before I went, like, you're gonna lose one of them earrings. Like, literally, you're gonna lose one of them earrings. And I was like, okay. Went down there, and first thing that happened, lost my dang on earring. But I knew that before I went down there. Spirit told me, and that was my opportunity to do what? I should have put on some that I didn't care nothing about here and went on down there, right? So, see what I'm saying? You know things. Sometimes you want the confirmation from others to push you into that momentum, but you have to start believing in your feelings. You have to start trusting your gut. You have to start trusting your intuition. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to operating in the spirit here. You're not tapped into this physical realm. I'm telling you, I'm not tapped into this physical realm. Okay? I don't give a damn about nothing in here. Okay? I don't. I've had everything. Whether it was money, car, whatever. I've been in a space where I've had everything. I've been in a space where I've had nothing at all. In the external, but that was externally. You see what I'm saying? And so when I was living that life, that means whenever I would have something, I would be up. When I didn't have something, I'd be down. And well, my life was a constant fluctuation of the ups and downs and the drifting and going from problem to problem and thing to thing. Because that's what life is until you come into that wholeness and that completion of self. And now, the spirit I am today, well, especially within, I'm telling you here now, since January this started here, I am complete. I am whole. I am without nothing. I don't need for nothing. I don't want nothing. Listen here. Oh God, just thinking about it. I'm happy, I'm whole, because I have the ability to dwell within. And within is with God. Within is with spirit. Like I said, ain't nothing out here can touch me here. I have reached a new level of fullness and completeness. And I tell you what here. Gratitude. I can't do nothing but be grateful. I've been crying. Listen here. Celebrating. This is another thing. You may be... See, I'm going ahead of myself here. For the past, Jesus, 2 weeks here, God, I have became a new. When God say He'll wash you clean and make you whole and new white like snow and all these things here, I'm here, honey. I'm here, and I'm riding a frequency, like I said, I cannot even begin to put into into words to you here. I am keeping, now I am writing, right? So at some point you gonna read a book or something here about it. But I can't put it into words here. I cannot put it into word here. I've been in alignment, right? I've been in alignment. I've been in alignment before. But I've not been in alignment like I am in the I can't even get the words out here. That I am right now. Do you hear me? So I'm in a state of constant gratitude. And so, like I said, this past week here, if well, you know, I don't have any friends or anything. I'm by myself all day. But, you know, I'm sitting here, listen, I'm praising here, singing here, crying 1 minute the next here, because I'm overwhelmed with my new space and my new place where I dwell here now. I'm not down here. I'm not down here. And so now this is a great segue into this next thing here. Dang, but I'm not finished with this. Hold on. How are you doing this morning? I love you. Who is this? Seneca Bradley. Hey, my love, I love you too. And I'm amazing. You know me. I stay amazing. I do this. This is what I do. This is what I'm here for. I do this on purpose. When you come over here, you're coming to be amazing, okay? So now, like I was saying, that balance, right? You may feel like you off balance right now. And that's because, like I said, it's not easy to be, hey, baby, who is this? How you want to cruise single? Blasphemy. Y'all are so funny. Hey, baby, who is this? Going Gorg. Hey, my love. Hey, love you. I love you more, baby. I love you more. You know that. You know that, though. But y'all will start feeling it here even more, because y'all about to be bombarded with me. Y'all about to see me a few times a week here. We got to, look, it's time to go. We got to go. I got to bring you up. I got to bring you up. That's the other thing. You can't keep lowering your frequency to meet people where they are. You got to start making people come up to where you are. Your ceiling is a massive fire hazard. Girl, I mean, that ceiling ain't no fire hazard. But thank you for looking out for me. Okay, so listen. Like I said, the balance, okay? So the way I'm going to tell you, start stepping away. You got to get used to being in that being. Remember, you're a human and being for a reason. You got to get used to that being, to spending that time in and with spirit, okay? And in that being, it doesn't require a lot. All you have to do is just be. You don't got to think much. You don't have to do much. And I know it may feel like you're not doing anything, but when you feel like you're not doing anything, that's when the real work is happening. Because a minute, a second in that being can change 10 years that you have lived in this external. Okay? First grade classroom in their love it, style, comfort over safety. Well, listen. Love what you stand for, excellent. Well, I stand for self, and that's the thing. You gotta be able to stand on your own. Okay? Stand on your own and hold your own and create your world, because that's what you were created to do. You weren't created to be part of the masses. You weren't created to be doing what everybody else is doing and feeling how everybody else is feeling and looking and walking and talking. I'm not into that. Okay, so balance. Start working on that balance, okay? Start working on that balance. And last but not least, silence, okay? You may feel like it's not much left to be said. Now, I'm going to tell you now, spirit works in silence. Spirit does the best work when it has your full attention, okay? And in that silence, this is where your downloads come, my love. This is where you learn to communicate with spirit. This is where you get into that flow. This is where you learn to listen to that small, still voice. This is where you learn to listen to your intuition, okay? And remember, these things, they also come with physical symptoms. So be paying attention to your body as well, so you can start understanding the way that spirit communicates with you, and keep notes of all these things. This is how you start building up your library here. So when things go down, all you got to do is go in your Rolodex here because you already have what you need. You understand what I'm saying? So, I didn't tell you to shut up. I would never tell you to shut up. So, that's silence. So, I know for me, I've not been wanting to say much at all. And let me tell you the other level of silence. Because when you come to completion, when you come to your works are done, you are not required to say nothing. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to tell nobody nothing. This is where you sit in the fullness of. This is where you sit in the knowing. This is where you allow your vibration to begin to pull down your heaven to this earth. And when you sit in this frequency, like I said, it's not much talking to be done and it's not much work to do because you've already done your works. Everything that you've gone through in this past years or whatever duration of time that Spirit has had you in that wilderness, your works are now complete. That feeling, remember, that emotion, that is where you create from. This is when you know you become co-creator, because I'm going to tell you now, I can think, let me stop. You think a thing and it happens. You say a thing and it shows up. When you get to this space here, you are literally watching yourself now co-create your world right before your eyes. So when you get into this space, you allow your vibration to speak for you. You don't have to do nothing. All you have to do is assume that vibration, because you assuming that vibration, you have just now become the identity of the fullness of your highest self. You are now that. So you are now embodying the essence of. So that means your walk is different. Your talk is different. The things you do, your habits and thoughts and everything has switched over now. So you are still sitting in this realm here, but you understand that you are in the midst of creation, and any day now, you are going to be sitting in the place that Spirit had prepared for you in your land of milk and honey. And in that space is silence. In that space, oh God, you ain't got to say much here. Listen, I could tell you this here now. When I get off of this line here, and you may not even believe me, because it's like I get on here and I throw up. As soon as this camera come off, this thing turn off, I'll go right back into my damn self here. I don't have nothing. I don't have anything to say. So much so that I just made an announcement to my family here that I was going into a vow of silence here, because that's how heavy that it's been on my heart to now just understand that I'm in the season of creation. It's nothing left to be said. Okay, so if you're experiencing any of these things, I suggest you sit back with self and see what's going on here, okay? Face this reaction. Face this reaction. Don't come into somebody's house being rude. First of all, you didn't even knock on the door. What are you talking about? That's not how you ask somebody what they're talking about in their space, right? I don't mind giving a little attention, but we don't do rude over here, girl. If you want to know what we're talking about, there was a better way that you could have rephrased that. My God, today, this is what I'm talking about. Ugh. That energy is crazy. You got to bring that energy down, baby. Hey, my darling, nice to see you again. Happy New Year, darling. It's not New Year's yet, but it's almost New Year's. But we're going to say Happy January, because it's new vibrations, it's new frequencies. That's what we're talking about. Who is this? Faceless Reactions. Why you late in the chat, coming in hot? Coming in hot. Girl, don't come up in here like that, because I'm going to deal with you. Or sir, whoever it is. But what I was talking about, since you asked, I will absolutely answer your question, because I am the lady in the lights. I was talking about certain things that you might be going through right now or feeling because of the new frequency that we are under. And so I'll give you the 4 things that I was talking about. I just went into them into a little detail. But the first thing is the heaviness. If you're feeling heavy, it's because Spirit is asking you to let go of old energies that are not going to serve you in this next season, okay? Relationships. Spirit is going to have you in a season right now where you may be questioning the relationships that you are currently in or relationships that you are going into. And if these relationships are not serving you for your highest purpose, then it is absolutely time for you to take examination of these relationships. The next thing is going to be balance. You may find that you may be a little off balance right now, and that's because you trying to balance between that physical and that spiritual, or just in life in general. You know, it's hard to find that balance. And so you absolutely need to go in and calibrate your system here so you can begin to get into balance. You don't want to be given more of yourself to one thing or the other, and especially not giving of any of yourself to yourself. Okay, you got to find a balance in spending some time pouring back into yourself. Okay, and last but not least is going to be silence. You may feel right now like there's not a lot to say. There's not you don't want to talk much, or you just may feel like you are in a space of solitude. And this is absolutely because when you are silent, Spirit is moving. When you are silent, heaven is working. And so if you find yourself in a space here, lean into that solitude, okay? Because there's going to be beautiful messages here for Spirit. From Spirit, okay? So that's what I was talking about, girl. You just caught me in the midst of my my deep explanation of it, girl. But that's what it is. Or, sir, who is this? Faces Tila. Hey, baby, Grand Rising. How you doing, Mama? I know you're absolutely beautiful. This is a virtual house. There's no door. A crossbreed between a banana and a peach is not possible. Let me see what this is talking about. Genetically full observation house of couples and plants. Like your energy, darling. Hey, Zeb from Colorado, Denver. What frequency if you're feeling heavy? Over Christmas, if you got a problem with balance. Y'all are, people are funny. Humans are so funny. See, this is what I call human watching, because y'all are just, sometimes this is some silence. You know, silence is a superpower. You don't always have to say something. And that's the problem now. Instead of people saying, I don't understand or I don't know, you just say whatever comes out of your mouth, and then, well, somebody who is not mentally strong enough then reacts to that, and then you have a whirlwind, and that's how y'all live life. Ugh. I used to, but I don't live down there no more. I don't live down there no more, but hey, have at it. Hey, baby. How you doing, my love? Do I got a boy? You know I got a boyfriend. You know I do. So those were the few things that I wanted to get on and talk to you guys about today. Now, like I said, I've not been on for a minute because I've been busy. So I was mentioning earlier, I am doing one-on-ones now. I have officially opened my life coaching business, and so I have my information up on my Facebook page and on my Instagram page. I am now taking clients one-on-one. My website will be up and going within the next week or so. When that is up and going, I will absolutely drop the information here. I am going to be on a consistent schedule now, so you can absolutely expect to see more, not only more content, but expect some little side projects as well. I am now doing subscriptions, so I will have certain content available for my subscribers. That is going to be through my Facebook page. So if you are interested in subscribing to have exclusive content, more intimate lives and things of that nature, then you would want to jump on the subscriptions over on Facebook, okay? Before I go, does anybody have any questions? Any, like, what are you going through? Because I don't know. Is anybody feeling any of these energies that we were just talking about? Does anybody have any questions? If you do, feel free to ask me. It doesn't have to be pertaining to this topic. It can be pertaining to whatever you have going on in your life, especially if it is concerning your purpose, your frequency, your vibration, or illuminating your life in some type of way, or something that you're dealing with. I am open to assist you, advise you in any way that I can. I have different packages. So if that's something that you wanted to discuss, we could do a consultation. And if you're interested in a consultation, go over to my, what did I just say here? Oh, you know what? I think it's up here. If you go to my, post here on YouTube, I think I actually posted it the day that I started. So it's probably up on there. So if you want to, you can absolutely go on there and reach out to me, and we can do a free consultation. Absolutely, my love, it's free. So yeah, jump over there and you can reach me that way. Because like I said, I have different packages, but the thing about it is, you know, for me personally, you can't just put a package on somebody. So I meet you where you are. And so like I said, I have different packages because you may not need what so and so needs. So I'm not about to give you what you need and not, you see what I'm saying? So, and then not only that, right, I work with spirit, and so I'm also intuitively led. So yeah, girl, come call me today. Look, call me today. I'm open. Call me, girl. So yeah, patchworking. What area in your life do you feel like you need work at? Can you get my frequencies to vibrate at full resonance? Yeah, I can't get your frequencies to vibrate at full resonance, but you can, and I can show you the way. Can't nobody get your frequencies to vibrate but you. Can't nobody do nothing for you but you. Can't nobody save you but you. So if you are waiting on or expecting a healing or something to come from or through someone else, my love, you absolutely are. That's not the way that works, my love. Your healing, whatever you need, it is you. This is your responsibility. This is your obligation to yourself. This is your life. You absolutely have control over it. It may not feel like it right now because somewhere along the way your frequency has got knocked off course and you have not been able to bring your vibration back up yet. So that's where I come in at. But as far as raising yourself, baby, you're the only one that can ever do that, my love. Ever in your life. Okay? So please know that. Please know that. But I can, yes, get you there. Absolutely. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. And this, oh, I'm gonna get off here. So that's one thing that I need you to understand. Okay? I need everybody to hear me when I say this. Everything that you need now, what you needed yesterday, and what you are going to need, want, require tomorrow, it is already in you. It is in you. You. It can't come from anywhere else but you. Okay? Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Was it a boy or a girl? What happened? I remember when my dog died. Listen, I had a dog that I just absolutely loved and adored. His name was Gremlin, okay? Didn't even want the dog when the dog was presented to me. And well, when the guy, you know, I've been through a lot here. Y'all already know this, but you know, so my house, I was with someone who beat me and then set my house on fire. And when he set my house on fire, he locked the dog in the bathroom because he absolutely knew that that dog was my baby, and killed my dog. And I tried to replace that dog for years, you know, and I just could not. I could not ever replace this baby here. But I just got another dog here. Her name's Cholula. It's a little rescue. I'm so sorry that happened to you. He's in a better place, so I can tell you that. I know you're going to miss him, though. How long did you have him for? So now back to what I was saying is you have to stop looking for your help to come from somewhere else. You have to stop looking from your Savior for your Savior to come from somewhere else. You have to stop looking for your healing to come from somewhere else, your restoration to come from somewhere else. You are it. You are it. You are everything in its entirety. So again, you have to be able to know and understand this and operate from this field here. Unfortunately, what happens is the experiences that we have in life, the things that we are pre-exposed to here, it just wipes out any understanding that we could ever have of being more, of having more, or of change. And I'm telling you now, you're greatly mistaken. It's absolutely possible, but it's going to take some work. It's going to take some work. It's absolutely going to take some work. If you may need a little guidance, you may need a little assistance here. Now, that's absolutely okay, right? But don't, that has to come from within you, baby. Gabe, well, I'm going to say a little prayer for you, baby, because like I said, I know when I lost my little dog, baby, my little heart was just hurting. My heart was hurting. Oh, I still miss him. I mean, his name was Gremlin. And look, just tell you how much I miss him. I just bought this here not too long ago. I miss my dog. Okay. So, but I'm going to tell Gremlin to, I'm going to tell Gremlin to meet him, to go meet him. What's his name? Can I please get a shout out? And if you call me Ella. Ella, what I'm shouting you out for? If you can tell me something amazing, I'll give you a shout out. How are you vibrating? Are you living your best life right now, Ella? Are you in high frequency? What you got going on? So Patchwork, I don't know if you're still on here. But like I said, go on, baby. And I'm on live on, but oh, you know what? Hold on, let me see. I'll tell you right now. But I'm about to get off of here because I got work to do. But I wanted to get on and give y'all the little forecast for January. So if y'all are feeling any of these things, you can know where it's coming from. We're going into, again, a new space. So new levels, remember, well, new levels, new devils. So you better start rising up here. Because you ain't seen nothing yet. We've not even began to see what is about to start transpiring around us and in this world. My God. It's getting heavy. Yeah, Patchwork, go on my post It's right here on my post on my post and on YouTube right here, and that's all the stuff, and then how you can reach me. So go on my post, girl, and like I said, absolutely, a consultation is free. So if that's something that any of you are interested in, feel free to like I said, give me a call or whatnot, and we'll go from there. But listen, I love you guys. I hope everybody is coming into their higher self, because it's time. I know it's some beautiful things on the way, and I know I'm absolutely excited about it. So I will see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. But what do I want you to absolutely make sure that you do for the rest of your day? You already know. Bye-bye. Oh, my comment and my Uncle Dog died. Oh, my comment and my Uncle Dog died. What? I just have to get off here.